Hey everybody, welcome to the HolyLogz-Cast. I am your host, Crazy Burrito Man.
I am not your host. My name is Redneck Yellow Belly.
I am Spicy Pickle.
I don't have a name. I didn't prepare for this in any sort of way.
Fine.
We're trying to be professionals here.
I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah,
I'm a goofy goober.
yeah.
On air team.
All right.
So,
man, we're back
edit that out
after
of the podcast. We do not need that on there. No one needs to know that I sneeze.
Caden, don't edit that out.
All right, guys. So we're gonna lay out the general topics for this episode. We're gonna start with the big one, and this one's automatically gonna make this dated in a few years. So we have the Keemstar.
That's my fault.
We have the
Dated in a
Keemstar
month.
and H3 drama. So can you guys kind of elaborate on that? Because I'm actually uninformed of this.
Yeah. So basically, it started off with Well, it all started with the Some Ordinary Gamers thing with H3H3, where Some Ordinary Gamers made a video exposing him for being a hypocrite and all that. And for a couple other things, H3H3 made a response that was generally well received. But after that, Keemstar basically wanted to be against H3H3 because Keemstar and H3H3 had beef for like years. So
Yeah.
Keemstar made a video and he basically accused H3H3 of fraud.
That was so funny.
But pretty much so, H3H3 obviously had to respond to that since he didn't do that. But instead of just responding, he made like a 50-minute long video that he called a content nuke, where he went over pretty much everything he ever had a problem with Keemstar with. That video has caused controversy because of one, people criticize Ethan for going after Keem's sponsors by mentioning G Fuel, and people also criticize H3H3 for mentioning Etika. And saying that Keemstar made a bad environment for him, but Keemstar
did do that.
Yeah.
Exactly, he did.
Also, I've been scrolling through Twitter, and Keemstar's like retweeting stuff about like, it's by Matthew at White House, with a V on Twitter, and it's if H3 has said this about Muslims or Jews, it would be front page news, and like all of the comments are anti-Semitic and talking about like bombing mosques, and Keemstar still retweeted it. Lamau.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
And you Keem the meme.
Great job,
That's-
Keemstar.
I mean, he's already made himself look like an idiot in the past. He's only really making that.
Yeah,
worse.
he's giving a platform to anti-Semitics and shit. It's funny.
He just likes to harass people on the internet.
I think
and
that's
get money
even
for
worse
it.
that he's giving a platform to himself. Let's be honest here.
Who's worse, Nazis or Keemstar?
Yes.
Star, obviously.
Here's the thing: the 12-year-olds that watch him, I don't understand why they do. Like, why? What do they look up to him? Do they think he's funny? What?
Yeah. Caden, just making sure you're recording it too, right?
Oh.
No, all right. I'm recording it, but just
it all
in case
depends on you.
anything.
So, just so you guys, if you guys are hearing this, Grant did it successfully. If nobody is listening to this, Grant, no.
You owe me one oral pleasure.
Oh. That's a good reward. We should do this all the time.
I already have a couple coupons for Grant, so I can cash those in at any time.
Here's the thing: is I have a 6-year reward program with him. So, like, since it's been 6 years now, I get to do whatever I want.
Oh god.
The
It's like a
69-year reward program. It takes
It's
longer.
like a
but like,
lease.
It's like if you fucking rent to owned my ass. Oh god. Back on topic, I guess.
We have the most intelligent humor here at the HolyLogz.
oh my
We're so professional, we got fired.
Yeah. Like I'll show you guys like some what I'm talking about here with
Mention
like
Allah?
the comment section. What?
You said Allah.
Owl, not Allah.
So, I mean, like, I feel like the beef with Keemstar, that's kind of been a thing since, like, 2016. That's kind of when everyone started focusing their attention and saying, hey, this guy's making bad content.
Why am I still getting hate?
Why? He went after my sponsor. Went after my sponsor.
I found it pretty funny that Keem was mad at Ethan for going after G Fuel when he's done the same thing in past and recently on Twitter. He did that. And he's like, and tag somebody who's like, and I have some interesting stuff to show your goddamn sponsors. Like, wow, though, Ethan mentions G Fuel, and it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
This whole drama, it's similar to like the iDubbbz, Leafy stuff. To me, it's so
It's
reminiscent
entertaining.
of that.
Yeah, it's
It
very
is
entertaining.
It's entertaining as hell.
Oh, and it's better than 2016.
Can we talk
I
about
don't know
Leafy?
who tweeted it.
Can we fucking talk about?
Oh, I want to talk about Leafy.
He comes back and starts making like 3-second videos, like calling people cucks, right? And gets so like people are sucking his dick all over Twitter. His comment sections are just like cesspools of people jerking off into napkins, and like he makes 3-second videos. Okay, he's not monetizing them, so I'm not gonna criticize him for that. But 3-second videos. And people are like, well, I'm so glad he's back.
I mean, he's just
No
doing
one
it
ever
for
even
fun.
liked him.
No one
He's
liked
doing
him.
it for fun now. Honestly, I think his content now is better than it used to be. He's
Yes,
just doing it
and
for
that's saying a
fun
lot.
now. There's not a serious aspect of it. Literally, his outro is just a picture of Kim Jong-un.
I love
Wow.
that.
See, here's the thing: is that Caden, you said that this beef is better. I think the 2016 one was a little more interesting with like the content cops and stuff. But that's just how I feel.
Listen, I have a very important question for you guys. Inky with no brim or Leafy with no chin? Which is better?
Yo, Leafy with no subscribers.
Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna defend myself to Parker. The reason I think this beef is better, somebody said it good on Twitter. I really don't remember who it was. Comparing this to the iDubbbz versus Keemstar stuff back in the day is that I think it's more interesting because everybody has different opinions. Oh, Ethan could have done this compared to back in the day where everybody was on iDubbbz side and saying Keemstar was bad. I think it's just a little bit more interesting now.
Yeah, the climate's like overall has changed since 2016. I think it's so funny that it's taken like a full 4 years to like amass like another episode of a lot of the drama all at once.
Stupid
Yeah.
commentary bullshit.
It's weird because like it happens like at the same time as like the elections, and you can see like the fucking climate of like
You're right,
politics
you're
and
right.
entertainment change. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people have become more right wing, so like all the people are now on Keemstar's side calling iDubbbz a cuck and shit. And a lot of iDubbbz fans like that are on the right are like, I can't believe he got cucked. I am no longer a fan. Like, you know.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing about iDubbbz. You know what? I don't see why people have that big of a problem. Okay, if you don't like iDubbbz's girlfriend, that's fine. It's his choice to date her, though. I kind of don't care.
It's just kind of funny to me. It's fun to meme on.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's really it. Who
I'll
cares?
call iDubbbz a simp all day, but at the end of the day, I kind of just don't care, though.
Honestly, like him responding to that and giving full like satisfaction of that, I just think that was even dumber on his part, to be honest.
You didn't need to make a like serious response
It's kind
video.
of like you're
just
dead
playing
if you
with
do,
it.
or you're dead if you don't. Like, because if he
Sure.
didn't respond, they'd be like, "Wow, piss baby iDubbbz too scared to
Yeah.
respond to criticism over him being a
For him, I
cuckold."
would have just made a tweet where it's like, "Okay, guys, I'm coming. I'm definitely a simp," something like that.
Yeah,
Kind of did that. He said like, "No more Mr. Nice Simp," and he had this like derpy picture of him with his freaking mustache.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I think personally, iDubbbz is really funny, and I think the way he's handling this situation, he's kind of doing it the best he can, other than the whole responding seriously to it. He did
Yeah.
make fun of some of the people on his video, though. He was like, "Does it really matter? Like, why are you guys so invested in this?"
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares what this one dude on the internet, how his dating life is affecting
That's like-
anybody else?
That would be like me. That'd be like someone watching our video and finding out like we're dating somebody, and they're like, "Oh my god!" and then like commenting that we're all simps.
Grant's a simp. Oh my god, I can't.
chill. We don't need them knowing I'm a simp.
Simp
Okay,
police.
let's not expose him like that.
Don't expose me like that, guys.
Content nuke, Grant Spillman.
Content news.
Oh, no.
Grant dates people because they work at places to get
You
good
like
deals.
women and are generally nice to them. You are definitely a simp. You are a simp.
So,
So
after that chaotic argument here,
Guys,
let's-
it's Leafy, and today we're going to be talking about this
Shut
retarded
up, no
cancerous
chin.
retard who has autism. like literally it gave me cancer. Like I have butthole cancer and I had to remove the tumor and I'm gonna make a bullet and shoot myself with it because
That's literally all Leafy jokes. That's literally his entire repertoire of jokes. I'm doing air quotes. I'm going to transition after that chaotic.
Yo, man, he's a fucking simp. Literally a simp. I literally have cancer from just even looking at him. Like,
I think like
what?
something's wrong with his vocal cords because they don't have like enough weight on them from his chin being gone.
Oh, that was
fun.
good.
Please laugh. Okay, next subject.
Okay, so after that chaotic nuke situation, let's move on to what will be possibly a majority of the video, and I'll start with my crazy phone stories, because all throughout my life, and I think all throughout a lot of people's lives, you know, it's something that everybody has now, and everybody has at least one or two good phone stories.
Did I tell you guys on the last podcast that one time I went to Whataburger and there was ants in my fucking cookie? I had eaten half the cookie and I was like, wow, this is a really crunchy cookie.
I'll think of another one. Somebody tell
Grant,
a story.
Wasn't that after Endgame?
Yeah. No. This was recently. And I was like, wow, this is a really crunchy cookie. They must have like salt in it. I looked down at the bag and it's full of ants, like full of ants. And there's ants all over the cookie, and I have known at this point that I had like 8.
So the other day at my work, we literally found like blue tape in a bunch of our dough or something.
Ew.
And people kept ordering this white thing. Like they were just like, yeah, I want the white whatever. We're like, what is that? We don't know what it is. What is it?
It's cheese.
I want to say like what we make.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was at Whataburger, I went up and they were like, "Do you want a new cookie?" No, I want you to fucking like pay for my meal. There's ants in my shit, dude.
Disgusting.
Oh.
I don't want a new cookie. I don't trust you guys anymore.
Wait. Okay, but speaking of Whataburger, I think that leads into the first story. And Grant, I think you'll remember this a little better than I do. But do you remember? And I think this was after we saw Endgame and we went back to your house. We called Whataburger. And you said you ate the spicy ketchup and you thought you were gonna die. That's what you told them. Like, I remember they were like trying to calm you down, and some people were laughing in the background. They're like, "Are you okay, sir? What's your name?" And it's like, my name's Grant, and I'm dying.
Yeah.
A big fat wimp, and I can't handle ketchup.
Did you say that? I don't really
talk
remember
about
what
the
you
fact
said.
that Grant doesn't like ketchup.
No, spicy
Not like
ketchup.
a
It's bad.
I like it.
You're just Lucas.
It's not bad necessarily. I prefer mustard.
Yeah. Oh my! Get off the podcast.
Mustard is good in some situations, but
Mustard
like,
is only really good on hot
in most
dogs.
situations.
Mustard
in my
Prefer
opinion,
things with a lot of acid. Okay.
Okay.
Weird.
So, I think I want to transition. I mean, this is still the phone stories thing, but like, I have another one because I have so many that I could tell.
The story, okay?
Cool. So, this story will be a little short, but I think I told either Caden or Lucas. I think I told either one of you. I don't know. Basically, I don't remember how long ago this was, but a random number from called me recently. You can bleep that out if you want. And I recognized it and thought it was one of my friends, that I just didn't have their contact anymore. Maybe it was like a new number, or maybe an old friend trying to reach out, something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, if it's a number I recognize, they might leave a voicemail. And they do. They leave me like 3. So I take it upon myself to... It was a Wednesday, I remember, and I answered the phone. And I don't know if I'm going to get the exact details right, because this was a while ago, but from my memory, I answered, and it was like a McDonald's or Burger King, and they were like accusing me of like pranking them a few minutes ago. And I don't even remember what they said that I said, quote unquote. But they said, yeah, you called here and like pranked us, and so someone told us your number and that said it was you. And I was like, what? Oh my god, what if it was Logan? I just thought about that. That could have been Logan, because I think it was Burger King and
Oh my god.
I think maybe Logan set me
No,
up.
can we get like the voicemail?
Try to find it.
Can we
somewhere?
try to like get those voicemails on the podcast and see what they sound like? Yeah, you pranked us.
I could try to find it somewhere, but if I can't, like, because I deleted some voicemails, but I think I probably still have them somewhere. I've only known Logan since like August, and I think this happened maybe in September. So yeah, it might have been Logan, but like I wasn't like friends with him yet at that time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I
actually,
actually
it's
want to tell the story next.
I'll do Texas.
I have an interesting phone story from when I was like 9 or 10 or something
I'm
like
ready.
that. 9 years old, maybe a little younger than that. I don't know. But, yeah. So basically, I have 2 little sisters, and one of them must have been like 3 at the time or something like that, or maybe even younger. I really don't know. But I was trying to show them how to call the police. We had a home phone, right? So I typed in 911 and showed them what to do. I accidentally clicked call.
oh
And
no.
All the cops right there. And I just realized it. I just heard, hello? I was like, 911, what's your emergency? Whatever. I don't really remember. Some lady talking. I was like, oh! And I hung up and put it back and ran away. I just ran away from the phone because I didn't know what to do. My mom walked in a second later. My mom walked in and the phone called back and it was the cops. And they're like, yes, we just recently received a phone call from this number, and my mom was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and hung up. And I was like so terrified. I thought I was gonna get arrested or something like that.
Have you guys
Oh,
ever like
speaking of
called
that-
911 in one of those situations though? Like in
I
like a
haven't.
real situation?
I
Never.
haven't, but I do have
called
something.
911.
I do have something to say
Had
about that.
911 called on me before.
Hold on, no, and I have 2 scary stories that kind of have that. This is phone stories, but instead of it being like funny, this is kind of scary. And to this day, I still don't know what was up with that.
It's
Okay,
me, Leafy.
so back in 2017, that was like the height of me doing like prank calls and stuff. And I remember I was at school and I heard my phone ring and I turned it off. And later that day, I went to my dad's house because it was my dad's weekend. And I'm chilling and I check my voicemail and I hear, I remember hearing like I couldn't tell what they were trying to say. So I was like, okay, I'll just call them. And I heard, police department, how can I help you? And I was like, oh. And then a week later, I get another like missed call, and it said like the number. It's on iPhone, so like number you saw like the parentheses 2, and I was like, okay. So I called them, and I heard dispatch, police dispatch. What's up, or something like that. And I was like, what the hell?
The
2 police stations called me.
dispatch? No, the dispatch is like where they tell people to go. So you could have been like, Lamau, go to Walmart.
So yeah, to this day, I have no idea why the cops called me twice. One was dispatch, and the other one was like an actual police station. Don't know why they called me, and well, I never got arrested. So, okay, one more story regarding police and accidental numbers. So, it was the summer of 2018, and I was hanging out with my now. I don't really hang out with him anymore, but I'll just say former friend for now, Luke. And Grant knows a lot about him.
Luca.
So I was hanging out at Luke's house, and he got a new house because he used to live in my apartment complex, and I used to just walk over there and hang out with him. Huh?
Did?
I can't hear. No. I said Luke, not Lucas.
Oh, your friend Luke. Okay.
Yeah,
not
no.
the random homeless guy we have on the podcast.
No, Lucas. I'm talking about this kid named Luke. He's a senior now, or will be
Oh.
next year. Okay, yeah. So calm your boobs. Okay. So, I was at his house, in his new house, and he put on Snapchat, "Hey, give us numbers to prank," and that's how he sounded. Grant, you can attest to that.
Yeah.
Didn't he sound like that?
Mhm.
So he was like, "Hey guys, this is Snapchat. Please give us numbers to prank. We are bored." And so one of his friends, I think his name was Travis, gave us a number, and we called it, and it was, and this woman, and he told us it was like Pizza Hut or something like that, and this woman picks up, and she's like, "Yeah, hello, you just called the non-emergency police department?" Well, I didn't hear her say that, and I was like, "Oh, is this Pizza Hut?" She was like, "No, this is the non-emergency police hotline." And I was like, "Oh, I'm very sorry," and I hung up. I did not sleep that night because I thought I was going to get arrested.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's all my police phone number stories. So if anyone doesn't have a phone story, I have lots of others.
I mean, on the topic of police, when we were in Ohio once, we were being tailed by someone like off the highway. They followed us, and we were like, "Damn, okay, that's weird." We were on the highway in Ohio, and we got off the highway. We were driving like I think a Malibu at the time. So we got off. We were on the exit ramp, and like we had noticed like these people had like followed us all the way from like fucking Indiana or like whatever the state right to the left of fucking Ohio is. Might
Pretty
be
sure it's
Illinois.
Indiana.
It's Illinois or Indiana, and we got off, and we were like, damn, they're following us. We don't want to take them straight to our grandparents' house, so we went into this weird apartment complex and drove around in like 3 circles, and then drove back out, and then went to the mall, like just to like try to lose them, and they were still following us. So we called the Kettering Police Department, and we were like, hey, do you guys have any like on-duty police officers that could like go to the mall right now? We're getting followed. And they were like, no. So we drove to the police station, and they were still following us until they realized we were turning into the police station, and then they were like, shit, and they sped up and just went past us.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty epic.
Oh,
I have a couple interesting phone stories. I'm trying to think of maybe which one's the best one. I will tell one though. I was with my cousins in Kansas, and we decided, okay, we wanted to prank call somebody. One of my friends gave me a number to like fake Windows or fake Apple number or something like that. That was like
text scammer.
Yeah, text scammer. Basically, we called. And it was a pretty stupid prank call because I was like, yeah, my toaster isn't working. This dude, and he was like, "You're talking about toast?" I was like, yeah. I put the toast in the toaster, and it no toast. I don't know what to do." And he went on forever, like talking about. He's like, "You're talking about bread?" Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm talking about toast. We went on forever. Eventually, he realized I was prank calling him, and he said pretty much, "Fuck you, bloody mother," and he hung up.
Oh no! I was like pretty epic.
I have
Those
some
dudes.
text scammer stories that are pretty funny, but I mean, we might have to censor a little bit because it is like intense cursing for one of them because the guy on the line was cursing, and the name I chose for like prank calling text scammers because I thought it was like a heroic deed. So, and I still occasionally will do it if I can find good numbers to do that because there's like a brief stretch of my life where they kept calling me, and anyway, that's off topic kind of, but essentially I found one, and they were infamous on the internet for like just being scummy and whatnot. So I called them up, and their names were like Sonny and Raul, and so I talked to them like I had spoken to them before. And almost every single text scammer, as soon as they pick up, they say the exact same thing. It's thanks for calling support. Have you and whenever you ask for tech support, they ask you how you got the number. Every single time, there's like a they either have a script or they just kind of like a loose script that they follow. And I was saying like, yeah, my Mac doesn't work ever since I put it in my pool. And the guy was like trying to tell me how to fix it. And he was getting so mad when I was giving him like confusing questions. And this is the part you're about to have to censor. And so they're like, "Oh, what is your name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Michael Hunt." And I was like, "Can you repeat that, by the way?" And he just said like 3 times. He was like, Mike, like repeatedly into the mic. And I was like, "Oh no, you got it." And I was like, I really want to use my Mac again because I do like livenudes.com, that kind of thing, and I really want to I have a whole fan base. And he was like, "Oh, what is your account for naughtynudes.com?" I was like, it's Wienerman69, and would you watch my stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah, what is it?" I was like, "Oh, I whip out my penis and like just circle it around, helicopter it a little bit." And he was like, "That sounds fun." He was mad earlier in the call, and then when I said that, he was like chill. And then I was like, "Okay, so there's some stakes here. You got to fix my computer, or else I can't do this anymore. I can't flop my penis on the internet anymore." He was taking me seriously too. And then eventually, I tossed the phone to my dad, and my dad just kind of like screamed really loud, and that was the end of the call.
I think we've called them too, and like there was like names of
Yes! Do you remember the one that called us, "Oh, you're a bad boy"?
Oh, you're a bad, yeah, because we kept on calling over and over again, and they were like, "Hello, how did you get the number?" And I said, "From your mama's asshole." And he said, "Oh, you're a bad boy." Stop being bad.
Remember we kept doing that? What was it? We kept calling them and like we said, what was that specific thing we kept saying to them? Like there was a very specific thing we were like saying, and I don't remember what it was.
No, and they like knew us by Michael and Trey or something. They were like Michael and Trey. And it was like we waited till the next day and called again and like went through like we were like getting genuine tech help from them, except we weren't doing anything on our computer. We were just acting like it. And then it was like 3 minutes into the call, we started screaming.
Speaking of that, I do have a phone story about screaming though. If you guys are ready.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go next because I have one that actually has to do with me and Parker.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. Okay, so I'll get through this one quick. And then after that, I have a few others after Caden's story that I think that can relate to the story. But so I was visiting my family in Atlanta, and I decided with my cousins, which one of them is my age, and the other two I don't know how much younger they are than me. We were hanging out in that backyard because it was really nice. And I decided to prank call McDonald's, I think. And you know what I did? I went up to the microphone on my old phone, and I screamed as loud as I could as soon as they answered. And I feel bad about this now, but like... And then I hung up because it's the reasonable thing to do in that situation. And then I called back, and then literally when the people that answered, it was like Fayetteville Police Department, and Fayetteville was the town closest next to where I was. So yeah, Caden, what's your story? Because now I'm interested.
Okay, so remember when... Okay. So Parker, remember when me, you, and John prank called Five Guys?
Oh!
Wait, what?
Wait, wait, can we talk about when me, Parker, and John prank called Five Guys? Like what started the Five Guys bathroom thing?
That one's funnier.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Grant, you want me to say it, or do you want to say it?
Either one's fine. Either one's fine.
Because I'm the one that did say it. So okay, I'll do it. I'll tell the entire story. 'Cause there's a lot of story here. So we were hanging out at Grant's mom's house, and we kept calling like Quick Trips and Come and Go, saying like, "Is it legal to ejaculate in your bathroom?" And remember, two of them said like, "Yeah" or something. So we were laughing. We thought that was funny. And Grant, you gave me the idea, or you kind of just put it out there, like, "Hey, we should call Five Guys and ask that same thing." I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I remember that's what you said. And so I think we called it on John's phone or your phone. I know it wasn't mine. And so we called Five Guys, and we asked for Joshua Christian. They hand the phone to Josh, and I was like, "Hi, is it legal to ejaculate in the Five Guys bathroom?" And Josh just goes, and he hung. I think he called for his manager, and then I think we hung up, or either they did. And I remember a little while after, John called his mom, or she called him, and she was like, "Hey, have you talked to Josh yet? Because he's crying, saying he got fired." And we were all like, "What?" We were so scared.
No, we started pulling the batteries out of our phones, like turning our location off, like clearing our call logs, like, and we were like, "Okay, if anyone finds out that one of us did this, we don't snitch on the others, all right?" We like made a pact.
We did, and it gets even kind of worse, sort of, but this is kind of where there's some light shining through. So we called Josh, I think John called Josh, and John was like, "Hey man, you alright?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm just playing some video games." And someone noted that he didn't sound too upset about it, and so Josh was kind of making up this fake story of what happened after he got fired. And then we all were like, someone was saying that they thought it was a prank. It was either you or John. It was
John. I was fully convinced.
I was too. And we were freaking out, and I just remember we went to bed, and at about 5 a.m., I don't remember if we were up the whole time or if I was randomly up when this happened, but John got a text from Josh saying, "Haha, God, it was a prank." And that started the Five Guys bathroom name.
That's not my phone.
We'll explain a little bit.
That's not my phone. That counts as a phone story. We need to talk
after Caden. After Caden.
Caden, please tell your story.
I have an idea, guys. I have an idea. What if we call Josh right now on the podcast and ask him if it's legal to ejaculate in the Five Guys bathroom?
Can I do it? Can I? Hey,
I have the number right now. I can call him right now.
Do it. No, call the Five Guys location. It's the one in and there's only like one.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
going
went
off.
there once and he didn't even notice me. Like I took the order from him. It was funny. Can
I did too,
can I
but-
do the saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Just hold the mic up.
Speak to Josh.
I'm getting into character. Okay. Hello. Is this is it legal to ejaculate in the Five Guys restroom?
You can say it anytime. Just make sure you ask the manager first.
I can nut anytime. I just have to ask the manager. Like, can I bung my boos in the bathroom with a big old bottle up my ass and shit into it and shit, and shake it up?
You said bung your
I
booze.
want you to imagine going up to a manager or calling the manager at Five Guys. Say, problem, sir? And he's like, yeah, my balls are too full.
Did I hear someone say their name was Caden?
Yeah, he said hello, Caden. Did you not star 6-7 that?
Oh, I just called him.
Oh my god.
Okay, so can I say that that's not my phone story? real
Yeah.
fast? So, and I feel like I always get one crucial detail wrong, so please correct me about that.
I was the one awake during all of this. I think you two were very, very sleepy.
I was like sort of awake.
Yeah.
So we all hung out the night before, and we were asleep. I think we were sleeping in the tent or something that night. And I recall it was like 5 or 6 in the morning. And John, did you guys both have the same like text tone on your phone?
Yeah, because we have the same phone.
So I remember that goes off, and John reaches for his phone, but it was actually my
Penis.
wiener. And he said,
I saw that
"That's
coming.
not my phone," in a really groggy voice, and then his arm just slipped off. And I was like, "John, did you just grab my penis?" And he was like, "No." And then so hours later, we talked to him about it, and he was like, "I do not remember that. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I kind of forgot about that story, but Caden, what was your when did we call Five Guys with Lucas? I don't really remember that.
Okay, this is an interesting story. So basically, so I wasn't actually physically with you guys. I was with Lucas, and I was at William's house. But Jonathan called me, and he added me to the line. It was Jonathan, Alyssa, you, and me.
Oh, that
We
was
were all
back when we
prank
had like a
calling
little pact. Okay, I do remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, what Jonathan told me to do is that from Josh, he knew who was working at Five Guys at the time, so I knew the person's name. I don't remember it now, but I specifically was like, "Is this this person speaking?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, yeah, it is. And I asked them out over the phone.
That's right. I remember that.
Remember that? We were at William's house.
Also, one of them, like, this was me, like, Jonathan and Alyssa doing it. They prank called Nintendo of America.
That was me. That was me.
Oh, you? Yeah.
Do you remember? That's how Danny the Manny became my legal alias. Can I tell that story now? Sorry to interrupt. So, I guess this was back when we had our little prank call pact. But we called Nintendo, and I got this idea from Max Mofo, and I called up and said, I called them twice, but the time where I said Danny the Manny, it was the best. So I called up Nintendo, and they asked me my email, and I was like, and just a spur of the moment thing, I said, oh, Danny the Manny 808 at gmail.com, or I may have said hotmail.com, something like that. And they're like, oh, okay, we're getting your email registered, but while we're doing that, what's the problem today? And I was like, yeah, my son, he's turning 5, and he really likes Mario. I mean, like, sexually he's into Mario. Can you please get him on the phone, please? And they said, sorry, Danny the Manny, but I believe this is a prank call, so I'm going to hang up.
Yeah. Remember at the end of that one prank call to Nintendo, like, everybody started screaming at the end? Like, it was like, Alyssa, you, and me. We're like, no, wait. I was like, wait, no.
What did we even tell them that time?
I think
Do you
I was
remember-
on the call too because I remember we actually got someone to do like a Mario impression at one point.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario.
That kind of reminds me.
Hey,
Like,
remember when we called like Christian Bale's agent service or something, and or it was some actor, and we were like, "It's my birthday, can I talk
Ben
to him?"
Affleck. It was Ben
Ben
Affleck.
Affleck, and the guy on the phone was like, "I don't fucking care if it's your birthday, kid. Make an appointment."
Yes.
Parker, tell the Father Matt story.
Which one?
Original.
There-
There's
okay.
no original, really.
Well, no. I mean, like the time I called that church.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm sure a lot of people know this story in this call, or everyone. But I don't even remember when I did this. I think it was 8th grade, maybe, start of freshman year. And it was either the local church, which I'm not going to say its name because I've had to redact that in multiple videos in which I've spoken about this. But I called up and I just randomly thought, can I speak to Father Matt? That came out of nowhere. That was legit just kind of, and this was before the Father Matt song, before I showed, like I told you guys about it, like you and John about it, Grant.
Yeah.
So this was kind of before all that. So I called them up and I got Father Matt on the line and I was like, Father Matt, I'm scared. There's a demon in my closet and he wants to eat my ass. and his wording was like, and I was like, Father Matt, I just need to call someone I trust. I've trusted you with my virginity since I was 4. And he was like, you need help. You need Jesus, son. And I was like, I already got Jesus when I was 4. He got so mad he got me back.
Was
to
this the
reception.
local one, like in our town?
It might have been. I don't remember the
Oh my
location.
god! No, because the funny is, like, my friend goes there, and like he's the guy who like christened her and baptized her.
Yeah. No, she knows Father Matt like personally.
Yes.
Well, there's like multiple Father Matts. There's the one that we use in the pictures, but he doesn't. That's an out of state one.
Yeah,
And
but
there's
like
one that.
the local one is the one. Is he the one you called? You think?
The place was like called like or something like that.
No. Okay, we have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's definitely where that's where she went to church. Her grandparents like are deacons there. Her grandparents are deacons there. That's how she knows him.
Oh my god, we need to bleep that out for sure.
Oh my
Is that all the phone stories, or do you still have more? Because
there's we
There's,
could
like,
probably
we
go
could
on,
go on
forever
forever,
if we
honestly.
wanted.
I think so.
I have an old one. If I can think of one, I'll just bring it up.
Man, I wasn't aware of that Father Matt story actually.
You weren't? I think I remember.
Or
I
I must.
guess I haven't told you.
You told me about it the week it happened, and I was like, "You called?" And you were like, "Yeah, it was so funny." And I was like, "Bruh, no."
Was that freshman year or 8th
Yes,
grade?
it was freshman year. I remember.
It was freshman year. Okay, that makes sense.
We talk about the time where Parker repeatedly prank called me.
Oh yes, that was
I'm
good.
gonna go
We
get a
kept,
guitar.
we kept calling you about the car dealership.
No, I remember that. Hello,
was
this is car and
Hello.
car and dealers
Car.
and dealer. Oh yeah. Car.
Sounds
Car.
real robot voice. I thought it was real.
Car.
Because I'm just that convincing, I guess.
car. Dealers.
Well, I made an Instagram of it too, and I kept like spamming you, and then I kept like
saw that.
spamming.
I was like, that's when I got suspicious. So I was like, okay, somebody's pranking me, but I don't know who it is.
Got a song that I think should be about us.
I have a few more phone stories, and then I think we can transition to the last topic if anyone's cool, if everyone's cool with that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, I'll tell like 2 more, and I'm really trying to save the best for last. I am saving the best for last, and you know what? Since this is the last, I will go into what is the best saga of prank calling to ever exist, and the man's name is Lacount Van Sean McClendon. I need to. Okay, let me start at the beginning of the story because it's a long-going story that only really has recently ended, and I don't want to. He's not dead. He's just in jail again.
What?
Wait,
Okay.
do you know what jail?
Huh? Yeah, it's like the county jail in like downtown. I think.
Okay.
Look County Jail.
I'm way too invested in his family life, which you'll find out about later whenever I get into that.
What the hell? Wait, was this the guy? So I remember, like, at one point,
Parker
big
can tell the
brother.
whole story. He can tell the whole story.
I'm telling it from the
I
beginning to
went
end.
to Parker's house like when I was in like 5th grade or something.
No,
Nah,
I didn't figure
okay.
out till I
So
was like,
here's the thing. I'm proposing we you know how H3 has highlights of their videos and they make of their podcast and make separate little videos.
that's what we'll do for this.
The Lacount story should be its own video. Yeah.
It should. Okay, let me start from beginning to end. It's a bit of a long story, but okay. So this was July 2018. That's where the story begins. I was going on vacation the next day, but my dad tagged me in this article on Facebook because he does that a lot. He likes to tag me in stuff, and occasionally it's pretty funny. Sometimes it's just like superhero news. It kind of depends. So one day he tags me in this mugshot picture with this guy named Lacount McClendon, and the article said, "Man arrested for public indecency." And we were all like, my dad and I were laughing about the name because we thought it was funny, like Lacount McClendon. And here was this crime that I've joked about forever. The man touched his wee-wee on a bench and then pissed on it. In downtown Tulsa, right in front of people, and then he ran away and got caught. Now, that was so funny to me. I posted about it on Instagram the day later, and I remember the exact caption was, "Lacount is officially the best name ever," with a picture of his mugshot, I believe. And for a long time, like, I joked about it, and I told Grant about it. I told the story. I'm kind of generalizing because there's a whole bunch of points in this timeline, and Grant and I get so invested in it that eventually we, like, look him up online, and we see like a bunch of like mugshots of him, like, a bunch of other different crimes. Grant, do you remember the one that said he like put a body fluid on the guard, and which we kind of had to speculate what that meant?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So there's a lot of Lacount jokes that have remained around. I even remember for your birthday last year, I got you benches as a joke for that.
Oh my god.
But let me get into like one of the biggest chunk of the story that has to do with phone stories. So there was this website where you can literally enter anyone's name and call them. And so we looked up Lacount McClendon because, we thought that would be funny. We call him, and he's like, "Good morning, Colonel. How can I help you?" "Hello, good morning, Colonel. How can I help you?" And remember when he said he like ran over the Colonel tank?
Yeah.
So we laughed. We thought that was so funny. And we just had this trend of just calling him, and he forgot who we were every time. So it was like a do-over.
We called him on his
man.
birthday and wished him a happy birthday, and he was really sad on that day too.
He was like, and we said, "We love you, Lacount." He was like, "I wish somebody loved me."
Oh, I feel bad for him now.
Well,
Everybody in the comments say that you love Lacount. Let's give him some support.
Yes, someone should. Whoever's editing this, look up Lacount McClendon and then just put his picture on the screen. That's the end of the story, though. So I'm getting close to the end because I'm kind of generalizing. Grant, is that okay? Because there's a lot that I don't really remember in terms of Lacount.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just giving this an easy timeline here. So where this timeline, it stops for a little bit. The calls, I think I remember leaving that alone for a little bit. And none of the Lacount memes really resurfaced till August 2019. And this is one of the biggest changes in the timeline. So I call up that number, and I find out that Lacount no longer had that number, but it was his like aunt or something. And she gave me the entire history of him because I jokingly said I was Lacount's son, and she believed me.
Oh.
She said, when I said that, she was like, "Oh, I knew Count was messing around with too many women." So yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I'm Count's son." And she was like, "You don't sound black. Are you white?" I'm like, I'm mixed. So I gave like this fake backstory for my name, and I was like, "Yeah, my name's Rob. I was apparently named after my uncle." And so I got to learn the entire history of Lacount, at least up till he was age 8. So that was the biggest change in the timeline. And eventually, this is something that John and I did, whereas we found his uncle's number and called him, and every time he was so mad. He gave us some more insight on Lacount. And so I'm about to end the story. So here's how the story ends. It's sad if you think about it. He committed another crime. He stole someone's car and like threw a rock at the police. So now he's in jail again. And you can actually, look it up. So Lacount, you're almost in your 50s. Keep hanging in there, man.
Your life will get better, Lacount. We support you, actually.
And please, whichever bench that was, you performed the so infamous act on. I hope you guys get married. So that's the end of the story. Are we doing the Spider-Man topic, or are we saving that?
It's up to you guys. I can totally do that.
Um,
I think the Lacount is kind of a great finale, to be fair.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, I agree.
all right, so this has been the HolyLogz-Cast. I've been Crazy Burrito Man. Thank you for watching.
Chef PP.
Again, ejaculation on a bench. That's my name now. What?
All right, guys. Okay, let's do the outro. 3, 2,
Two.
1.
Here's to the
Here's to the
log.
logs.
Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Colonel. How can I help you? Hello? Hello, good morning, Colonel. How can I help you?